2016 was a revolutionary time for the internet and its fandoms. Pokemon, Overwatch, Steven Universe, Voltron, and even more. But the fandoms I was particularly interested in at the time were Sonic, FNAF, Undertale, Hamilton, Miraculous Ladybug, animation memes. With the people on TikTok lately wanting to bring back 2020, I thought to myself, why 2020, the worst year of everyone's lives? Why not 2016 when the internet was actually entertaining and not just brain rot? Then I dove deeper into that thought. What was I even doing in 2016? Then I instantly got flashbacks. I was suddenly sitting in my room watching the latest Dan and Phil Games video or listening to Nightcore while drawing something from my favorite fandoms at the time. Mainly Sonic. With the trend of everyone reliving 2020, I wanted to relive 2016 by redrawing my old art. I'm just gonna start off by redrawing some of the old art shown in this video here, but if this video does well, I'll probably do more. So I started off with something I was drawing often. Of course it's Sonic. I was a huge shipper in 2016, but I loved Sonic and Amy a lot. They were my OTP and I would just sit in class or dinner or wherever and just think about them. They don't really have a lot of shipping material. I literally just consumed so much Sonic and Amy fan art to the point younger me just started drawing them on my own. In fact, drawing Sonic led me to draw my own characters. If I can find old drawings of my Sonic OCs, I'll show them on screen now. I don't know if y'all remember a little app called Amino, but listen, I wasn't an Amino OG. I was there when only Amino was just Anime Amino, right? I was there when they announced that they're making it Amino and you can create your own communities. So I instantly went to the Sonic Amino and roleplayed as Amy. Regardless, I kept posting my Sonic art onto that Amino and I eventually switched over to a different account to make more OC content and abandoned my roleplay account. But because I kept posting OC stuff, I made friends. I think it was the first time I really felt like I connected with people through art, so Sonic holds a special place in my heart for that. I mean, I eventually left that Amino for Starry at Amino, where I met even more people, and that's where my art really flourished the most. Overall, Sonic has been really good for my art over the years. I think it's been long enough, but I'm going to talk about the third Sonic movie here, so if you don't want to be spoiled, then just skip to this timestamp. Bro! The third Sonic movie exceeded my expectations. It was so good! I was already hyped for this movie considering I wore my Shadow shirt, brought my Shadow Squishmallow, bought the popcorn bucket and the water bottle for the movie before I even saw it. I bet you can't guess who my favorite Sonic character is. But still, I was sitting in the movie theater going ape shit. I kept looking over at my boyfriend just saying, "He did the thing! He said the thing! Oh my god!" Between their super forms, the music, the characters at the end, A++. Gold stars. Masterpiece. But I may be biased. So here's my redraw. How did I do? Next, I wanted to redraw this FNAF picture. I originally didn't know what to do with the picture since I didn't want them to just stand around in an ominous white void of a background, so I had to think for a second. I legit was scrolling on Pinterest forever trying to get inspiration and it failed somehow until I realized the FNAF movie existed. So I immediately decided to redraw the movie poster in my style. Not exactly very creative, but you try redrawing 4 robotic characters in good poses. You know, it was surprisingly difficult to draw them more robotic versus more animalistic, so I tried turning to my friends for moral support, but then Damien decided to make this experience even more miserable for me. Younger me loved FNAF, although I must admit something. I stopped really caring after Sister Location. I was really attached to the first 4 games as a kid. Sister Location is when I started to feel iffy about it, and then I just stopped caring altogether after that. But after a couple of years, I got into it again with a mega Chad brain I developed, and then I got obsessed again. Could I lightly explain the lore? Yeah. But getting me to describe it into detail? Absolutely not! I don't have the brain power just yet. My mega Chad brain has been mainly consumed with Sonic. I think most people call that autism though. And sticking with the theme of video game movies, the second FNAF movie is coming out later this year, and all I gotta say is, I hope this one's better. The first movie was just okay, in my opinion. It just wasn't this great, amazing movie like everyone was saying it was. It wasn't terrible either, though. I definitely had my gripes with the movie, like the direction of making Vanessa's entire character, like her being related to William Afton. Throwing Michael's pills into the river? That's crazy work. I also gotta admit something. I hated the pillow scene. Okay, I hated the pillow fort scene. Once I saw that scene, that's when I realized this movie was gonna go downhill, and yet I was right. Listen, I know so many people defend that scene by saying, they were just trying to gain their trust to then murder them. It's still a children's soul inside of the animatronics. I don't give a single fuck. It came out of nowhere, alright? It was just corny. It was so cute. It's supposed to be a horror movie, though. It's just so strange how the human characters just accept it all as well. Like, no sane person would just hear, oh, there's dead children inside of those fucking robots, and just go, oh, okay. Hello? The ending was also just very confusing with how they handled Springtrap, but apparently it's in reference to the books, which I never read. But I also think most people didn't read the books either. Listen, I know the movie was made for the fans, but I just thought it was odd how they decided to deal with Springtrap through a literal drawing over something more logical. But I don't know, I guess I can't complain about something being logical with this fandom. Again, I don't hate this movie, I just left the theater feeling very mediocre. I'm hoping they just have better writing in the second movie. I know there's not much story in the games. Like, hell, most of the lore was/is a theory that is later confirmed in canon. I just want more actual horror in the second movie. Anyways, I love FNAF! Besides me saying shit about the movie, the games are actually so cool, and I'm glad an indie game was able to get a movie in the first place. The references were neat, and I liked the cameos in it. But anyway, here is my finished piece. I enjoyed drawing it. Maybe I can get better at drawing robots or something later. And, you know, with more practice. Next up, I redrew my Undertale drawing. Out of all the redraws, I gotta say, this one is easily my favorite one. I was also struggling on how to frame this drawing because, just like the last one, I didn't want them standing in some white void. I originally drew them in the flower garden at the beginning of the game, but unfortunately the process didn't record right, and I didn't even end up liking it anyways. So here's that drawing. I don't like it. Some of my friends liked it. I didn't like it. I wasn't too upset about the recording process not recording properly. I would have redone it anyways. This drawing may come off as corny, but I don't mind. I'm getting into my middle school mind here. Undertale is legit my favorite indie video game, and I replay it every single year. Motherfuckers with their cozy games like Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing. No! My cozy game is Undertale. When I was younger, my favorite characters were Undyne and Kara, or whatever, Kara, whatever. But I just really like Asriel now. His entire character breaks my heart. Someone please protect my boy! But speaking of Kara, I remember in middle school, I did a Halloween costume of her. I just grabbed a green sweater out of my closet, put on some jeans, and asked my mom for a wig from Party City, a fake knife, and then a gold heart locket. I thought I ate that shit up, but looking back on some of the pictures from then, I'm honestly shocked no one bullied me over that. I mean, shit, easy cosplay idea, I suppose. But I think I had my mom paint giant red circles on my cheeks. I may be cringe, but I am free. I mean, hey, at least I didn't drop my panties to the sight of a literal skeleton. I love Sans. Listen, he's my second favorite. But so many people saw him and decided to draw things that I can't unsee. Maybe I'm not in the majority though, since he won the 2022 Tumblr Sexy Man poll thing over my baby girl. Something else Tumblr did with Undertale that I never really got into was the AU stuff, specifically with Sans too. If you put a gun to my head and told me to name an AU of one of the Sans, I'd be shot dead. I mean, middle school me tried to get into it, but holy fuck, there was just so much to get into. I took one good look at it and said, fuck that. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for creative freedom and all that, and it makes me happy that so many people got inspired by the same game. But it's just so much to get into. Isn't it funny how the fandom of an indie game ultimately made a fandom in the end of itself? I'll just stick to the original, y'all have your fun though. Here's my Undertale drawing, I really liked how this one turned out. And then finally, we have Amy. Listen, I love my girl so much. I know the fandom has been on and off with her for years at this point, but I think Amy haters have the most insane reasons to hate on her. Oh, she's annoying. Oh, she's useless. Yawn! Yawn, motherfucker. She isn't just a fangirl over Sonic, she has a personality. She's extremely kind and believes everyone deserves a second chance, like with Shadow in the Sonic Adventure 2 game, or with Surge in the IDW comics. She literally held up the rebellion in the IDW comics when Sonic wasn't around. Was she possessive and crazy about Sonic at times? Absolutely. But why is that the only takeaway Amy haters have with her? My girl is a strong and powerful diva. I bought her tarot cards a while ago at this point, and oh my god. They are so fucking cute. Once I saw Sega announce that they were making official Amy tarot cards, I knew I was gonna buy them. Look at how well made they are. The quality is so nice, it doesn't feel like generic paper cards. But also, look at the art, bro. Lord almighty. Look at her little introduction message. Oh my god. Her little face doodle at the bottom. Stop. I need Sega to make her use her tarot cards more in the games. She'd be such a badass with them. Like maybe they could have her say something about a villain's future and then beat the shit out of them with her hammer. Like, okay, queen shit. Or instead of a hammer, she just pulls out a knife. Anyways, this is my drawing, and it came out okay. Like, at first I finished it and thought, this kinda looks like doo-doo feces, bro. And then I caught it. I originally drew her hair too short, but I cut it in time, thankfully, and made her hair longer. And that's all the redraws I'm gonna be including in this video. I had fun making this, though. If y'all want more, I can feed you more. Trust. I have cringier artwork I made in middle school I can redraw. So maybe part 2? Maybe? So comment down which one was your favorite. Like I said before, mine was definitely the Undertale drawing. If you liked this video, check out some of my other videos. I am definitely going to make more videos in the future, and I have so many other ideas. I cannot wait to make some more videos in the year of 2025. That sounds so futuristic, doesn't it? Like, I thought 2017 had a futuristic sound to it, but 2025, bitch? Yeah, that sounds so good. Alrighty, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna leave now, so, okay. Okay, yeah, okay, bye.